Hey guys, it's Alicia, and today I'm going to show you how to fix the "Aw snap" error in Chrome. As you're browsing the internet with Google Chrome, you may see a loading error with an "Aw snap" message. Often, this will go away when you simply reload the page or clear your browser cache. However, there are also more advanced solutions you can try if the issue persists. In this video, we'll show you 8 straightforward methods for fixing this problem. But before we get started, I want to let you know that there will be links to more resources in the video's description. And remember, subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications for future helpful content. Now, let's get rid of this "Aw snap" error. On a desktop device, simply find the refresh icon in the upper left-hand corner. You can also use some keyboard shortcuts depending on your operating system. If you're using a mobile device, like a phone or tablet, the refresh process will look a little different. In the Chrome app, select the 3-dot icon and hit Reload. In many cases, this will resolve the error. However, if you still see the "Aw snap" message, it's time to try alternative methods. If your computer or mobile device isn't properly connected to Wi-Fi or a wired network, Chrome will have trouble loading any online content. First, try putting your device in airplane mode for a few seconds. This will disconnect it from any networks. Then, turn it off and reload the page. If the problem persists, we'd recommend removing unnecessary operations. For example, you should disable any downloads, streaming, and gaming that are taking up unnecessary bandwidth. You may also be using a virtual private network. Although this helps you browse more securely, it could cause the "Aw snap" Chrome error. To successfully reload the page, try disabling your VPN. On the other hand, your device might not be connected to the internet. If you're using Wi-Fi, reset the entire router. For a poor cellular connection, you'll have to find a location with better service. When you visit a website for the first time, your browser has to request the site's data from its server. To avoid repeating this process every time you return, your browser will save this data in a cache. This can result in a faster loading time for return visits. Although cache data has its benefits, it can also result in loading problems. If the cache is corrupted, this could be the reason for the "Aw snap" error message. For the next troubleshooting step, Google recommends clearing your browser cache. To do this, find the 3-dot icon in the upper right corner. Then click on More Tools, then Clear Browsing Data. This will open a pop-up window where you can customize what information is cleared. Under the Basic tab, be sure to select Cached Images and Files. After you hit Clear Data, try to reload the website you were attempting to reach. If it loads, you'll know that there was a problem with your cached data. To prevent this from happening again, navigate to Privacy and Security, then Cookies and other site data. On this page, feel free to block third-party cookies. You can also choose to clear cookies after you close a window. This can essentially automate the cookie removal process. However, keep in mind that without cookies, you may have a slower browsing experience. If you don't want to completely clear your browser cache, you can simply open the page in incognito mode. This is a private browser that prevents Chrome from saving any cookies, site data, form entries, or browsing history. All you'll need to do is open the Chrome menu again and click on New Incognito Window. Alternatively, here are some shortcuts for this process. When you're using the Chrome mobile app, this will be under New Incognito Tab. In the new window, enter the URL for the web page you were trying to visit. If it loads properly, the issue lies in your cache or browser extensions. Since incognito mode temporarily disables these features, it can allow you to work around the "Aw snap" error. As you're using Google Chrome, you may install different extensions to improve your productivity and automate necessary tasks. Since these contain third-party software, they can sometimes be poorly coded. That means some browser extensions could conflict with Chrome, causing the "Aw snap" error. To disable your extensions, click on More Tools, then select Extensions. This will open a list of your active Chrome extensions. Using the toggle switches, you can turn off each one. After this, reload the Chrome page. If it fully renders, you'll know that one of these extensions was responsible for the error. In this case, go back to your extensions page and enable them one by one. After you turn on an extension, hit reload. Whenever the error occurs again, note which extension you just activated, then you can remove this software altogether. As a regular Chrome user, you likely already know that it performs automatic software updates. However, you may be unknowingly working with an older version without realizing it. If your browser doesn't get consistent performance and security updates, it could have more crashes, glitches, or loading problems. If you're not sure whether you need to update Chrome, it's fairly easy to check your current version. You'll simply need to open the Chrome settings. After you click on About Chrome, it will check that your software is up to date. If there are any new versions available, be sure to install them. If you're still unable to make online searches, your software likely wasn't the problem. Even after extensive troubleshooting, you might not be able to find the root cause of the OSNAP error. If this happens, you can try restarting both Google Chrome and your personal device. This also shuts down any running program or app that might create an incompatibility issue. To begin, completely close the Chrome app. Then, reopen it and enter the target URL again. Sometimes this will refresh Chrome and enable you to view the content. Alternatively, your device could need a simple refresh. To fix that error, turn off your computer, phone, or tablet. No matter your operating system, you can usually power down your computer in the main menu. For example, Macs have restart and shutdown buttons in the Apple menu. For Android phones, you'll need to hold down the power button. Similarly, iPhones require you to press down both the volume and side button. After you've turned off your device, turn it back on. If Chrome loads successfully, it could have been a short-term glitch. In more severe cases, the OSNAP Chrome error could be a result of malware on your device. Although this can be frightening, here are some of the main warning signs of a security vulnerability: strange advertisements and pop-up windows, unauthorized changes to the browser, slow loading speeds, reappearing extensions or toolbars, redirects to unfamiliar pages, and antivirus software alerts. If you need to remove malware from a Windows computer, Chrome has a built-in cleanup tool. To find this, go to Settings, then Advanced, then Reset and Cleanup, then Cleanup Computer. Then click on Find so that Chrome can scan for malware. Once it alerts you about unwanted software, hit Remove. On a Mac, you can search through your installed programs for unfamiliar software. Once you find a suspicious application, right-click on it and select Move to Trash. As a last resort, consider resetting Chrome to its default configuration. On the Settings page, click on the Reset Settings tab. Finally, hit Restore Settings to their original defaults. You'll have to confirm this action in the pop-up window. Now, Chrome should be functioning normally again. Kinsta's WordPress hosting can speed up your website by up to 200%, and you'll get 24/7 support from our expert WordPress engineers. We offer 2 months free with any annual plan, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and unlimited free basic migrations from any host. Head over to kinsta.com/plans to get started. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tutorials, explainers, and helpful content like this.